All right, guys, we're back. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CMB checking in. I wanted to do a quick post-fight reaction to the Bakaram Martezela fight with Tszyu this past weekend. Now, I'm a little bit late on it. I've had other things going on, but I did get to watch the fight, guys. And I want to make a confession here. I went into this fight not doing my homework on Bakaram Martezela. I had some other things going on, so typically, you guys know, I look at what the fighter brings to the table. I check out, footage on the fighter. I look at his box rec and numerous other things I do leading up to a fight before I do a pick who I think is going to actually win the fight. And I didn't do that this time. So I just wanted to make that apparently clear to you guys. So I went into this fight thinking that Tszyu would get his hands raised. Like a lot of you guys who don't or who aren't familiar with Martezela, that was my initial thoughts going into this fight. And I gotta say, I'm kind of ashamed of myself because I always harp on this channel about never underestimating your opponent. Just because they don't have a big name and people don't know who they are, you just do not know what they're going to bring to the table. And that was abundantly clear when I saw the way he completely annihilated Tszyu. I was left in shock like a lot of you guys. I was sitting on the edge of my bed with my mouth wide open. And here's the thing. I don't know if this is true or not, but I would say, in my point of view, I think Tszyu overlooked this guy as well. I think Tszyu was looking at bigger and better things. This guy was a stepping stone to him, and he didn't do his homework on this guy. It was apparent to me. You might think differently about that, but I think Tszyu overlooked this guy. Here it is. Tszyu, the game plan was pressure. We know that. The thing I didn't like about Tszyu in this fight, he wasn't setting up his punches. He wasn't working behind his jab. He was looking for that one big shot, walking this guy down. This guy had a lot of power. More power than Tszyu, but he was technically sound as well. He was working behind his jab. Tszyu coming straight ahead, not having his hands up, not setting up his punches. He was food for this guy. And he wound up getting dropped. Not once, not twice, 3 times in the second round. 3 times. I think the first one was a left hook that dropped him. And then I think he got dropped twice with a right hand in that fight. Then he comes back out in the 3rd round, gets caught again with another left. He's on wobbly legs. He was on Bambi legs. You could look at his face and tell that he didn't know what hit him. And his corner knew to throw in the towel. There was no way he was winning this fight. He was not prepared for what Martezela brought to the table. Not prepared at all. Never, ever underestimate your opponent. Never, ever underestimate your opponent. And I know it's easy to do. When the hype's behind you and everybody's bigging you up and, it's easy to do when people don't know who the other guy is. So you have to do your homework. You have to do your homework on these fighters, no matter who they are. And shame on me for not doing homework on Martezela because I harp on that all the time. And I did the same thing that Tszyu did. So I'm a human being. I'm flawed. We do things sometimes that we don't want to do. And that's what I did. But I did have some other circumstances going on here. That's why I didn't get to do it. But still, I went into this fight with the belief that Tszyu was going to win this fight because he's Tszyu. Not knowing who Martezela was. So now this win, Martezela, this win has put a 154-pound division on notice. It's a tough division. It's one of those divisions that you can lose your oath just like that. There's always been tough fighters at 154 pounds. And there's some great fights to be made. And I already hear the whispers of Terrence Bud Crawford and Martezela. This fight, I think, can happen because, let's face it, we knew what the PBC wanted. the PBC wanted Tszyu to win this fight, of course, and they were going to try to block Crawford out. They've been trying to block Crawford out. They wanted to block him out from the Canelo fight, and they wanted to block him out from the fight with Sebastian Fundora. So they were kind of hoping that, you know, they were successful here, but Tszyu did not get his hands raised. So this is a fight that can happen. I think this would be an exciting fight. Him destroying Tszyu the way he did makes that fight more exciting. And I already hear the rumbles of, you know, people saying that Crawford is going to duck Martezella, which is a bunch of hogwash. You guys know that. You guys know what Crawford wants. Crawford wants to become undisputed in a third weight class. If he doesn't get the Canelo Alvarez fight, of course. And this is a fight Turki Al-Sheikh can put together in no time. And I definitely would be interested in this fight. Now, he can't overlook this guy. But Crawford is not the type of fighter to overlook any opponent. I think the fight will look different than the Tszyu fight because Crawford is more of a complete fighter. Styles make fights. We know that. Now he's been acclimated to 154 pounds. So we're going to see what he looks like going forward. But I entertain this fight. And Martezella, he's a tough competitor. He's definitely a tough nut to crack. Power. You know, the guy has skills, and he has a chin on him. So let's see what happens, guys. But I did want to give my 2 cents on the fight. Sorry for being so late on it. Like I said, I had a lot of other things going on that I had to take care of. But better late than never, right, guys? But anyway, you guys let me know what you think about Martezella's win over Tszyu. Who do you want to see him in the ring with? Do you think he can beat Crawford? Do you think Crawford's running scared? You guys let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.